changing the color of the object. So select the group of the high poly or press Ctrl 1. That's going to isolate it. Hold right click over the object and then go to object mode. Now hold right click to the bottom to assign new material. So we see all the high poly objects are selected. Attribute editor, there's a tab here that says Lambert 5. I just rename this like high poly material. Close the attribute editor, come up to the hyper shader. It's this little circle, this window. So I've got the one I previously had, and high poly M, that's the one we just created. Click it here to change the settings. You can actually click on an object and then this is going to change to whatever material has been applied. This color palette, and just change the color to something that works for you. Remember that the quads are going to be blue. So ideally you don't want something that's blue because there won't be any contrast there. Dull skin tone on my low polys. High polys, I go for something a little bit more saturated, like a deep green. Select all the objects, hover over here and then right click and assign material to the selection. You can also play around with specular colors. I usually like to have this quite low so the highlights aren't interfering with my high poly. I'm just really trying to focus on silhouettes. Now the important one that I like is transparency. So if you turn this up and just assign a little bit of color to it, it's going to make the guide or the high poly slightly transparent. That's going to help you when you're looking at your low poly, you can see through and it's not sort of like fighting against itself.